Hey guys, this is a round I want to highlight. In particular, I want to highlight JJ's role in it. So this is the last round of our scrim from yesterday. And what happens is Doobie peeks out mid and duels the opper, which, happens. It's probably better as an opper if you bait a rifler in this position rather than go out first with a rifle, but I suppose it's not unreasonable to expect that they wouldn't have an op in this case. Whatever. I don't know what happened. And JJ here is doing what he does most rounds. Where's my cursor? Can't draw on the maps anymore, but whatever. I'll trace with my cursor. So we're doing mid control because CTs have been doing 3B all game and just doing 2A. But this round, they're desperate. They're going 3A to try and win because we've just been abusing their A. And what JJ's been doing is he runs out of T-spawn and he goes into apartments, and he does that a bunch. There was one round, was it before this? JJ goes absol. I think it was 2 rounds ago at this point where JJ pushed out, and actually they had one guy push through Apps actually behind JJ. It was kind of funny. And JJ pushed all the way to CT. So in this case, he actually gets a nice pick in apartments, which I was happy with. It would have been under most circumstances, it's better to clear this with a teammate, but actually that smoke, like if you're going to push through the smoke, it means you don't actually need a teammate to clear this. And here you go. You're clearing Apps by yourself. Risky, but also rewarding. So here you go. Get a nice pick. And here's what I want to talk about. So at this point, the round is broken down. There's been a pick either side. There's been a lot of information exchanged. And now you're basically waiting for a bomb plant. The CTs more or less know where we are. They're just trying to see which site we decide to hit. So, unlike a previous round, they're holding Apps actually for the walkout because they know that you did that a couple of rounds ago. And they're also stacked at New Box. There's two guys here. That's why the name looks all jumbled. They're stacked at New Box with the best player on the team just watching over the top. And I want to just talk about how Jay can help the team a lot from this kind of a position. So he's got full nades, he's got a pushed up position, and he's peeking. Okay, so very dangerous. Because it's very likely for ops to play around here, and that actually isn't an op; it's a scout. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to show you some utility that you can throw when you find yourself in a position like that, where you can't really push out, or you can push out, but if you do, you're going to have to walk out, and it's pretty ballsy. There we go. It's not letting me buy shit. Oh, because console's open. That's fine. Anyway. No clip. So here you are. You find yourself in apartments. It's a 4v4. Your teammates are B, so you wouldn't have the bomb, obviously. So just put that over there. And you want to help, but you don't really know what to do. So you're peeking graveyard is actually relatively safe. Peeking default, not that great. Peeking moto, very dangerous for exactly the reason that you found out. So there are a couple things you can do. There's basic lurk smoke. Whoops, I threw it a little far. That one actually worked out ideally. Anyway, so that's the more complicated lurk smoke, where you have it fall down onto the haystack, and that way you can clear this angle right here. You can even crouch out and clear it a little better. And you can also molly the pit, and then hold for if anyone has to run out of the Molotov without getting shot. I mean, you can get shot, but you can't be seen from over here. And in that particular round that I was just showing you, that would have been the ideal setup. Not that you would have known, but it's usually a safe bet if there's someone pit that you can at least take the information and you can really scare the B players. For instance, maybe those guys stacked at New Box, maybe one of them would have rotated to coffins off the back of you throwing this utility, and that would make it an easy pick. I mean, we ended up winning the game, but that's mostly because that wasn't tactical. That was just that was teamwork, and that was shooting people. So this is a way that if say your teammates aren't hitting their shots, this is a way you could make the shots easier for your teammate. So what the smoke I meant to throw was that one there, where it takes a little bit of practice, but you can learn the lineup. I used to line it up with like my view model, and if there's a deep smoke, you can line it up with the view model, and then you can throw the smoke throw the Molotov even through the smoke. But honestly, if there's a smoke there, you can just wait and then throw your own lurk smoke a little bit deeper. That makes it easier to throw the Molotov. So the complicated way to throw that smoke, if you're interested, is you line up with, so there's 4 patterns on the door. You go to the lower left, and then you go to the right edge of it. And then you aim at this brick, and you aim at the bottom of it. So 1, 2, 3. So there's the bottom line, second, third, fourth line, middle brick, and you just click. And it lands right there. That one's actually a little bit better than the one I threw accidentally because it goes a little higher, which means you won't be shot by some. You can also like do something like this, even though you will be exposed to porch, but whatever. You seem to like ballsy plays anyway, so there's a lot of fun things you can do with the smoke. And then obviously you can either throw that molly or that molly, whichever you're feeling like, because they both serve useful purposes, and the main one being you let them know you're there and scare them a little bit. Because if there's that smoke down, they don't know if you're going to jump, if you're going to have 3 guys swing on the pit guy, or if you're going to have 2 guys swing and fight porch. Because those are both viable strategies, and both of which would have basically demolished the 2-man CT setup on the A site. Just a quick little video. If we play more Inferno, I hope to see you using a couple of these nades occasionally.